Okay, here we come. Okay, we just passed New Belgium Brewery. Head on the Poudre River Trail. We're going to go east and south. I got both cameras on, the iPhone and the Pocket 3. Got the wireless mics, I hope, hooked up and working. And the wind guard on the mics. So hopefully we'll get some good sound on this. Take this trail we're going to take the Poudre Trail east and south, and we're going to go to the new section of it that takes you all the way to I-25 and where Costco and Walmart are. A nice extension to the trail that was finished this last winter. And we'll see how long these camera lasts. I do have the Pocket 3 and the iPhone hooked into the battery on my e-bike. So unless they overheat, I'm hoping they'll maintain their charge. It does take quite a bit of processing, because Pocket 3 set up at 4K and 30 frames per second. And I can't remember what the iPhone's set up at. We're just going to leave them running today instead of turning them off and on. So over on the left here, some industrial facility, which slips my mind right now. Say it's about 60 degrees. It's pretty cool down here by the river. We're doing about 17 miles per hour, and I'll probably keep it at that. I wanted to check out and see what the wind does. There's just a very light breeze today. Beautiful blue skies. You couldn't ask for a nicer day. It'll be up in the low to mid 70s this afternoon. iPhone, we're shooting vertically. Pocket 3 we're shooting horizontally. So we're framing them in a little differently. I got the Pocket 3 because I wanted to see how convenient it was to carry around, how good it does compared to the iPhone 15 Pro Max, which I would carry around anyway. So we'll see over time. Going to Vegas this Sunday. I'll be there over Memorial Day and until that Wednesday. So I'll get to use both cameras there. I'm kind of hoping I win something on video poker. And maybe I'll play poker. Haven't decided yet. I'll wait till I get there. I think some of the World Series of Poker tournaments are starting up. Haven't decided if I want to pay $1,000 to enter one. This is the Poudre Trail, the part I always think of Jurassic Park in, as it grows up and it's kind of swampy. Really pretty. If you've never been on the Poudre Trail, it's one of the Fort Collins trails that's highly recommended. And this is a Thursday before lunch, right before lunch. Not many people on it. Little motorcycle, mini bike going on it. If he gets caught, that's a problem. Kind of hoping I wasn't going to have to bulldoze my way through there, since they were pushing little kids. Everybody on this trail is pretty good about listening for the bell. You do get a lot of runners that have headphones on. They don't really hear it. The Pocket 3 with the gimbal is kind of interesting. If you want to be in front of the camera and track yourself, you can put it on auto track and it will follow you around. I just bought it, so I haven't got to play with some of the features like auto track. see how the jiggling affects the picture stabilization. Right now I have the Pocket 3 on an extension and my iPhone on a standard phone bracket, but the phone's sitting low, so it'll pick up things down too low. But I have some other mounts and equipment coming in the mail that hopefully I can adjust and eliminate interferences in the picture with any of the bike parts. Just one of those things, to get out and test it, you never know. Now the breeze is picking up. Microphones haven't flown off, so I'd say that's a good sign. See too many people filming along this trail. That's the main reason I decided to do it on these trails, and I'll do more and more once I settle on how I would like to do it. Fort Collins and Loveland have some great trails. They are connected. You can get as many miles in as you'd like in a day once you kind of learn where they're at. So City of Loveland's Parks and Recreation Department, they have maps online, and then they list a few places that you can get their map. Fort Collins, I always pick it up at Recycled Cycles on Mason. Wish I could get my bell set right. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Spring Creek Trail cuts off to the right here. going to go under a road called Prospect here. A lot of ponds will be passing on our left now for a while. Fort Collins has a lot of stormwater retention ponds, and I guess worst case you could use them for drinking water backup. Parking areas all along these trails. Cycle dealer three-wheel bike is on the right there. I used to have a three-wheel bike, but I found it difficult on some trails because it was pretty wide. Now here you could go left around the ponds on the gravel and dirt. This time we're going to stay on the trail, the Poudre River trail. See what the breeze does on these microphones. Going with the wind, it's always good. Straight ahead is a Drake water sewage treatment plant, one of Fort Collins's wastewater reclamation plants. I've been in there many times. I used to audit the city for its water pollution program. There's a Roto-Rooter truck parked right there. I presume they're not going to be dumping illegally. So we just kind of circle around the wastewater plant. That guy's lens costs more than this bike, everything on it, including the cameras and the iPhone. That thing looked like 1200 millimeters. A lot of people are birders down here, and they take pictures of the various birds that are nesting. So now we're going along the east side of the wastewater plant. Like I said, we're just kind of circling it. This will be a good test to see if I have to turn up the gimbal speed. You have slow, you have medium, which normal, fast, or normal, medium, which it comes on. Whoa, there's a little snake in the road. It's a bull snake. Pretty good size one. So there's also fast gimbal speeds, and I was kind of torn on some of the curvy areas whether this camera would react better for the curves using the fast, but once I get back I'll look, we'll see, and then we'll know, as a buddy of mine used to say. There's the sewage treatment plant. Some of the digesters. Oh, right here. Some baby ducks, baby geese, I should say. I didn't stop. I saw somebody do that one time, take a picture, and the adult geese attacked them. So I really don't want to get attacked by a goose today. I don't want to get hurt, damaged, sick, or anything. Since Sunday I got to fly out to Vegas. I want to be healthy. So this is the new track, or the new trail, the Poudre Trail that they extended. Seemed like it took them a couple of years, but working out agreements and grading it, pouring concrete, building bridges. They really did a great job. That's where any lotto proceeds and everything else help pay for this stuff. So always vote yes on it. There's very few things I think the government should be increasing spending on. Health, food, and recreation are the three mandates that I think are important. Police and fire and teachers come next. Actually, teachers are pretty high up. Every time we vote for teacher pay, the administrators always have their hands out because they want to get paid more. I think you can cut back on about 50% of the administration, put that into teachers and supplies, and we'd be a lot better off. So I'm going to try not to be political, so that's it. stretch of the trail that they just finished this last winter or fall will take us all the way up to Interstate 25, and we'll go under that, and then it'll loop over to Harmony Road where the Walmart is on the north side of Harmony Road and the Costco on the south. So if you have to go shopping, you want to ride your bike, this is a pretty good haul. I think it was about 12 miles from my house up in North Fort Collins by College or 287 and Highway 1. So you can get some pretty good winds here. The reservoir on the right is pretty wide open out, and that's which way the wind's coming from today. The railroad tracks are on the left of us, and the Poudre River's on the left. Can't see it because of the vegetation, the trees. Now we're turning back to the south to head towards Harmony Road. If you come on this trail, this is a good point to get a nice panoramic view of the mountains. If the skies were really blue, I would take a picture today, but they're not. There's clouds over the mountains like there normally is. More ponds to the left, and there's little trails that go off. I have not touched either camera because I just want to see how they do without messing around with them. going to go left here. If you go straight, you get to a park and a parking area where the bus to the Denver airport picks you up. So we're taking this new trail, and this is one that's going to take us over to Tinmouth, where that's the name of the town, where Walmart and Costco are. So they're trying to revegetate in here. So they want most of the areas. I don't think they really want you walking on, because the construction is tough on any area, but it will come back. Especially if we get a lot of rain. We've gotten some this year. And this weekend, Memorial Day weekend, we're supposed to get more rain here. Which everybody always says we can use it. There are places in the Midwest that say we don't want any more rain. Okay, so we just went under Interstate 25, which is a busy damn highway. And this is like Walmart Lake. I don't know what it's called, but it's a little reservoir, storm retention pond. So laying this many miles of concrete for this trail, I mean, that's a big job. And I'm sure glad they did it, because I do shop at Costco, and if I needed anything there today, I'd pull my bike in there and go shopping. Interesting to see how big this file is going to be, this video file. I can't remember if I just left the 64 gig card in the Pocket 3 or if I put the 256 gigabyte card in. Of course, the phone has 256 gigabytes. Probably 200 were free. But I don't think the resolution, the file size on the video, I wasn't shooting as high a depth as I am with the Pocket 3. So Platte River's right on our left. If you eat Wendy's or Chick-fil-A, those are to the right. You could ride your bike over too. I try not to eat there, except maybe the Baconator without a bun at Wendy's. And of course there's gas stations, tire shop. So this Poudre River Trail, we're going to go under Harmony Road here. And then right in front of us is the Svetsville Zoo, or whatever it's called. And the guy, he started one day and started welding made dinosaurs out of old metal parts he had laying around. So that's a pretty cool place. It's for sale. I forget how much, but it's a lot more money than what I have. It was under contract, and that fell through recently. So it's back on the market. But it would be great. So if we went straight here down that sidewalk to the light, that's where Costco is over on the left. But we're not going to, because the trail ends essentially right here. And you could take the trail up the road, if you can see my finger, up this way into Tinmath. But we're not going to do that today. So I hope everybody enjoyed the ride. I'm going to try to see how much battery I got left on each one. And so we went about 12.4 miles this morning. Polarized sunglasses make it really hard to see stuff on screens. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.